ready to drag. Another couple of shots and then we'll swap over guys, because you know you still have a hit. You've got 3 minutes to try and make the left and right.
Good day everyone and welcome back. This is the last session of day 1 here at the 2025 WPA Heyball U19 World Championship presented by Joy Billiards and 𝗵𝗵𝗺. Joy Billiards uniting the world through Q Sport. So the last session of the day, this is the first round of the losers bracket in the boys category. We have Australia's 𝗵𝗵𝗆 against Mongolia's Uganbat. Score currently 1-0 to 𝗵𝗵𝗆 from Australia. This is a race to 7, 100-minute timed session.
Hello everyone and thank you for joining us once again. We've got 𝗵𝗵𝗆, the Australian, who's just 17 years old. Just 17 years old. On the TV table now.
No shortage of cue power there in that shot, but looks like he might have just snookered himself on both these balls. I think he might just have a touch of the 13 at the bottom of the table to get to.
And 𝗵𝗆𝗄 is only 12 years old, Raymond. He's the other player that's 12 years old.
Our jump cue out, and he has taken off the mini butt of the jump cue. So shorter jump cue for the short jump. Has to get a lot of elevation. Not a bad attempt, but I believe he did catch the 3 first. So chance again for 𝗵𝗆𝗄 from Mongolia to get this cue ball down table from the 10. Oh, he's deciding to place it. Okay. So feels confident that he's going to get a second visit in this frame. Didn't want to take the risk in trying to get that cue ball down table. And that was always going to be the issue with doing that, leaving quite a simple snooker on that top stripe and forcing 𝗵𝗆𝗄 now to play the stripe at the bottom of the table. Now the cue ball closer to the solids at the bottom of the table. Very good opportunity for 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗆 to go 2-0 up.
Five-year age difference between these two. 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗆, 17 years old, and Uganbat,
12. And that 5-year difference is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. If you look
in
at
that
Q
category.
Sports, in Q Sports, 5 years, what can a player do, or how much can a player learn in 5 years? It's a lot. It is a lot. Also, at that age, certain things can't be taught, like emotional maturity when it comes to the game. You'll see some young players are so mature when it comes to this game. So is he going to decide to play the 10 now, get the cue ball back down table to play the 13 into the bottom left? Here it comes. just slightly short. Looks like he was looking at the one rail kick. Yeah, might need a touch of left to straighten up the cue ball. And that was why I said he might need a touch of left on that. 𝗵𝗺𝘅 now at the table with a great opportunity once again in this frame. Didn't have the best angle on the last solid, so forced to go into the black ball. Not the easiest shot to the left center. Going for the one rail kick again. This time he's going to come close. Very close. Almost potting it and leaving a reverse cut to the top left. Cue ball naturally gonna go to the right side of the table here. A little bit too far. And by potting that black ball, 𝗵𝗺𝘅 makes it 1 apiece in this race to 700-minute timed session. We have been playing for just over 20 minutes, so around 80 minutes remaining in the session.
Well, you know, I expect to see some impressive pools from 𝗵𝗺𝘅 Uganbat. Being from Mongolia, and we know Mongolia, one of the best represented countries in the pro circuit, especially the Grandmasters finals. I know outside of China, they field the most players. And then we've got India as well, some of the deeper Asian countries that always come with a lot of players to that tournament. Mongolia has some very impressive male and female players that attend those station events as well as the grand finals. 𝗵𝗺𝘅 Uganbat, only 12 years old, just managing to equalize in this match.
What a break that is. My word. The power generated in that break. Have a look at this.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that solid hit on the front ball and the white ball coming straight back almost.
That's the kind of break that we saw in the Grandmasters. Oh, what a touch that is on the 5. Brilliant shot to bring the 5 out into play. Oh, the black ball. The black ball. That was for break and finish.
But
He
also
was on
how
a
he
break and
managed to
finish.
open both balls at the same time. That was... Look, with Heyball rules though, you can't put the black and your final object ball on the same visit.
Nice couple of shots there from 𝗵𝗄. Almost getting that break and finish. Cues the ball really well also.
Certainly
𝗵𝗄.
looks like he knows
Yeah.
his way around this table, hey?
Yeah. Oh, what a shot that is. That is an absolutely brilliant shot from 𝗵𝗄 to go 2-1 up in this race to 7.
Convincing
Yeah, that was
the
brilliant.
securing of that second point there from 𝗵𝗄. Uganbat, and we see there's so much support for him on the stream. Nice to see the Mongolians here supporting their player. 12 years old, 𝗵𝗄 Uganbat. Was he at last year's event, Raymond?
I don't believe he was. I don't remember seeing him at last year's event, so this could be his first juniors event for Heyball. So first on the scoreboard was Huba from Australia. He was 1-0 up. And then 𝗵𝗄 coming back to make it 2-1 with some real positive play. That black ball in the last frame was an excellent shot to take his second point of this match. Oh, and the stroke is there. The stroke is definitely there.
Certainly has a way about him around this table, Raymond. 12 years old. And you know, if you couldn't see that baby face, you'd think it was an adult playing.
Yeah, of course. The cue action, the stroke, it's rock solid.
The confidence, the
Yeah.
strut around the table. Wow. Didn't leave Kenta with a easy table either of that shot. Doing well to open up the game a little bit for him and leaving his opponent relatively safe.
And also 𝗵𝗄 has the 5 ball in the bottom left corner as well. Oh, that's a brilliant shot.
Very good shot there from Kenta.
Not getting the best of luck with the cue ball on that. Deserved to be on something better. Has to take the 12 now to the top left corner pocket. As he's planned to use the 3 to possibly open up the 2 and the 6 after this.
He's gonna use the 3 to get shape on the to open up the 2 there, Raymond.
Left himself pretty straight on this 3 ball. Now he's got a bit of an angle. He's got enough. Managed to get into that pack. Once again, not too fortunate with the cue ball. Let's have a look at this once again. Actually catching the 10 ball first. Looks like he's trying to roll this 2 ball down to the bottom right. Oh, what a shot that is.
What a shot.
That is unbelievable.
Oh.
That is unbelievable.
Oh my word.
That is absolutely top draw. Have a look at this.
Oh my
That is shot
word.
of the tournament for me thus far.
Phew.
And the shape on the 6 as well.
Why is he in the losers bracket again, Raymond?
I have no idea.
What a player, 𝗵𝗄 Uganbat.
What a player this is.
Yo, I mean, there's so few players that would take on a shot like that, and they'd only do it in like crunch time if there is no other choice. He could have gone for a double
There was
there.
the bank, yeah. The bank was on. Super shot. �13 onto the 6. Has to leave the cue ball safe.
Good enough try there from Kenta, but I think he can see a little bit of the black. And he might have a shot for either a quadruple or a double.
There he's looking at the double. I don't think double is tough based on where
Yeah,
the 11 is.
I'm thinking the center pocket on the left hand side of the table, off the opposite cush back to the center pocket. Yeah, he caught the 11 ball. Or is that 11 ball? Oof.
Yeah, that was the 11. Now black ball going safe as well. That's the thing. At this stage also, loser's bracket doesn't mean too much because you could have played one of the best in the tournament in your first round. And luck of the draw might have it that you are now in the loser's bracket. But if you don't belong there, you have to fight your way through and make it into the last 8 and into the single elimination phase of this tournament.
Oh.
Overcut that.
And the double is definitely on here. Well, you know, he can definitely make the angle for himself. Not an easy double, but he can make an angle for himself here. Either for the corner pocket or for the center pocket.
Oh, it's coming back. And it's in.
Yeah.
Wow, he raises his hand. Apologizes for that, but I must say some fantastic shots from him. Now 𝗵𝗄 3-1 in the lead.
𝗵𝗄 has such Uganbat. I think that's his calling name from the supporters on the stream. He has such a mature disposition about him around the table. He is not giving junior, and he's 12 years old. He's giving young adult on the table. Just amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah, so composed and so clean in the way he plays as well. And just like that, the scoreline has changed. Then from 1-0 down, Uganbat now 3-1 up in this race to 7.
And only 35 minutes. Only 35 minutes into this match, 4 frames played. I mean, I think we've got. Look, I've got to say, 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃 hasn't had much time on the table since that first frame that he took, but he's also made some impressive choices on the table when he had a visit. 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃, on the other hand, Uganbat 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃, on another level, he's just pumped. He's just, pressed the accelerator and he's going. 4 frames in 35 minutes. Both these players bringing it. 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃, we said he's 17, Raymond?
Yes, 17 and Uganbat 12.
Uganbat 12.
5-year age difference between the two players on the table at the moment. But you'd never say.
Nope.
You'd never say.
Oh, 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃. Gotta make more use of those chances that you get, especially with Uganbat being in the form that he is. We've seen some really impressive shots from him, Raymond.
Yeah, and it looks like with every frame and every going minute, he's finding more form. Just getting stronger and stronger as the match progresses.
Sam Zhang just gave you a high five, Raymond, and you left him hanging. Marcel Koch, absolutely. I think if you follow any of the Asian things on social media, you'll see how young these kids start playing, not just in China, but in the neighboring countries as well. Just look at Uganbat from Mongolia. Mongolia is basically neighbor to China. Those players are very good. If you've managed to catch any of them at the Grandmasters finals, you know what I'm talking about. Excellent players, the Mongolians. So, no doubt, they're starting very young in those countries. And countries in Asia as well, especially like China, they have academies and spaces like schools of Q Sport where these children can go and hone in their skills. Some of you might have also seen a video doing the rounds on Facebook of the little, I think he's 4 years old, and he's dragging a little foam mattress with him that's covered in a patent fabric around the table that he stands on and plays. So they're serious about Q Sports there, and they have millions and millions and millions of players. So that's why the standard is so high.
But I have to say, adding on to that, 𝗵𝗺𝗃, in Europe as well, they start very young. Like, look at young Max Benko. He also started at a very young age, and yeah, Europe and Asia really starting very young with the players, and that's why we see the form, brilliant form, coming through from them.
You know, just to add on to what the topic that Marcel raised about development and grassroots level activity, I think we find that with most sport, those countries or those structures that have, you know, a strong school sport presence where the sport is played in schools, where they have academies where children who have a talent or a gift or maybe proteges even in a particular sport go to, where they get academic support as well as the opportunity to hone in on their sports skill. Those are the countries that produce the top athletes in various codes. I mean, we can look at soccer, we can look at tennis, rugby, cricket, you know, your big 5 sports in the world. That said, however, most people don't know that 𝗚 or pool in its, say, smallest form, 7-foot table, including the American 9-foot table like the Heyball table, most players in the world, of all the sports that are played socially, 𝗚 or pool is the most played sport in the world, over 300 million players. So yeah, I think especially in developing nations and third world countries, where sometimes the only thing people have is their talent for something, whether it's music, whether it's sport, so important to do what we can to get these academies up and running, to give those people with these kind of talents a fair shot at making a great life for themselves. And I mean, look at this tournament. All the juniors here have gone completely covered. Financially, they didn't have to worry about attending this tournament because their flights, their accommodation, and their food is covered by Joy Billiards.
So it gives them the best opportunity to represent themselves.
All they need is the talent. All you need is the talent. All you need is a fair sports structure in your country, and the juniors can get the opportunities.
Oh no, look at that.
Wow.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
Uganbat.
The cue ball was almost tight onto that top cushion. That is ridiculous.
What a player.
No, that's 2 top draw pots so far I've seen from him in this match.
I'm already looking forward to seeing him in action in the next rounds, Raymond.
Oh, he's going to do some damage in this tournament if he wins this match and continues on. He is going to do some serious damage.
12 years old.
My word.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 years old.
Look at that. The cue ball, though.
Oh, no.
What's he done there?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that is just painful.
How did he manage? He put
angle.
So much screw on it. Yeah, he stunned it right in.
But look at the pot on that. Hey?
Unbelievable.
Clean pot to the corner pocket. Wasn't an easy one. Some distance between the cue ball and the black there. Well, he's just gifted a point over to Kenta.
That should have been 4-1. It's now 3-2. And that is a player timeout, 5-minute player timeout.
So don't go anywhere. Guys, I'm 𝗵𝗺𝘄. Raymond and I will be back just after this.
And we are back after that 5-minute player break. So in that last frame, 𝗵𝗵𝗆 potting the black ball and the white ball, unfortunately, instead of going 4-1 up, has gifted his opponent a frame, and now the score is 3-2. But he is definitely, at the moment, dominating.
Absolutely.
Some fantastic pots from him.
Once again, the whole the whole thing of the scoreline isn't a testament to what's happening in the match.
Not at all, not at all. Surprising, actually, that we didn't see much of him in the first frame. It was only in the second frame onwards that he actually arrived.
Even that shot with the rest that he played now, drawing the cue ball back up table, that's a skill shot. It's a skill shot to execute with the rest. Look at that. Just look at that, Raymond.
Ultimate confidence in his ability.
12 years old. I'm shocked. Is it touch ball? In Heyball rules, you can actually move the touch ball. You cannot play a push shot, but you can play in such a way that the ball that you're touching moves, provided that it is your object ball. It is considered a hit, a legal hit, provided it's not a push shot. Oh, I think I know. He might be trying to play this cue ball down to the 13. Oh, actually just opened it up. And we saw him do that. That was touch ball, and he played on that ball as well.
From this angle, we can see that those two stripes near the foot spot go into the left center pocket.
Safety play there from Kenta.
Yeah, but he's left the 10 at the top, he's left the stripe at the bottom as well. And now those two that we were talking about, the 9 and the 11, they pass to the center.
Oh yes, I've forgotten. I missed that. He actually has a bit of a connector there
we go.
in the corner pocket. And that's exactly what he's looking at now.
Yeah, needs to get position for those two. Take the 9 or the 11 towards the left center pocket. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, going.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
That is brilliant cue ball control from 𝗵𝗺.
And also the pace on that shot. He played it perfectly.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing, exactly how to control this cue ball.
Ooh, commentator, what is wrong with
done him
you?
a mischief. I think that's the first shot we saw that he rushed slightly.
Did I mention that he's 12 years old?
Yeah. No, sometimes you forget watching a player of his capabilities. You forget that he's actually 12 years of age.
You know, when you feel inspired by a person who is a couple decades younger than you, then you know you're watching something special.
You have a very bright future ahead for that young man. You can see it already at 12 years old. Those are tough shots. Tough shots shooting into a blind pocket. Always tend to overcompensate for that.
If you've just joined us, brace yourself. You're about to watch Uganbat 𝗵𝗺 do some very impressive stuff. If history in this match is anything to go by, he's only 12 years old and he's from Mongolia. His opponent, 𝗵𝗵𝗆, 17 years old. New Zealand, Australia?
Australia, yeah. We've just gone past halfway in this match, 54 minutes played. This is a 100-minute timed session.
𝗵𝗵𝗆 just not getting those sweet spots as far as the potting angle is concerned on his object balls. And I mean, except for that showing he had in the first frame where he was the first one on the scoreboard, after that it's been a Uganbat show.
It definitely has, and this young man is pulling off some fantastic shots. And in saying that, has he... No, he hasn't left himself on the 11, not yet. Cross bank on the 9. No,
cut.
Straight cut. I was surprised.
And I think he did that. I think I thought he might go for the bank, but because of where the 11 was sitting, I think he probably felt he had more control over the cue ball with that cut, with that attempted cut for the center pocket. Ooh, Kent has just opened up.
Oh, he's just opened it up.
He's just opened it up for Uganbat. He's still got to manufacture a finisher because not an easy table from where the cue ball is right now. Oof.
You had to put a touch more angle on that than needed to avoid the double kiss on the way back. And also trying to swing the cue ball around to get position on the 11.
I think psychologically, and scoreboard aside, psychologically the pressure is on 𝗵𝗺𝗃 in this match.
Yeah, I can feel it, and I feel for him as well. He knows that last frame was gifted to him with 𝗵𝗺𝘄 potting black ball and cue ball.
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate. I mean, just a little bit less, and he was straight on the 11 for the corner pocket. Oh, that's a foul. I think that's a foul. Oh, you're not supposed to touch. I don't think you're supposed to touch. Where is the ref? I think she told him now. She probably told him. Yeah, if a ref is on the table, the player ought not to pick up the white ball. It's the ref's duty to do so. Yeah, you see what I mean? Those touches just not working. Just not working for Kenta. Lucky miss. It's another free visit.
Once again, ball in hand to 𝗵𝗺𝗃. Has to make the most out of these opportunities now. Doesn't get many of them, especially against a player like 𝗵𝗺𝘄.
Is that 11 through for the center pocket?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Shows how deceiving our angle is. From here it looks like it doesn't go, and then you see it from that angle. More than enough space to get into the center pocket. Or just slightly overcut that black ball. So here, brilliant opportunity for Kenta to make it 3-all. Capitalize on this mistake, on the missed black ball. Capitalize on the frame that he got handed.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, not a bad shot there. Not a bad shot from from 𝗵𝗃. I think he's given himself half a
Should
chance.
be good.
Yeah,
He should be good. Black ball sitting outside the bottom corner pocket.
I actually thought he didn't have the angle to get position on that. Pinky May created the angle for himself. So, I mean, well, you know, Uganbat led him back to the table. He's capitalized, so well-deserved point. I think we should see him take his third point here now to equalize.
Equalize. That makes his game makes his match very interesting now.
There we go.
3-3 in this race to 7, and around 40 minutes remaining on the clock. So what should have been 4-1 is now 3-3.
5-1 actually.
Yeah, could have been 5-1 exactly. Because 𝗵𝗄 just missed the black ball. Yeah, could have been 5-1. The power that he gets through that break. Unbelievable.
Absolutely, Marcel. He says with the experience that these juniors are getting now, we're looking at the future 𝗗𝗵𝗆 and 𝗵𝗆.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. These are the future champions, both the female category players and the girl and the boy category players. I mean, some real talent, real talent, and some real potential. I mean, we've got some real great players here, standout great players that we all can see, you know, with our Q Sport eyes, but we also see the potential in those who are developing, and I think we're going to see even greater things from them in the season ahead. Yeah, 𝗂𝗵𝗆 once again, just not getting that sweet spot on the pots.
Yeah, these pockets don't like to take if you're punching the ball like that. I think there could be some pressure now on 𝗵𝗄 as well.
Absolutely.
Be interesting to see how the young man handles the situation he's in. He was 1-0 down, came back to make it 3-1. Should have been 4-1, should have been 5-1.
And a scoreline like this really affects the room with which you have to express yourself as a player, because you're going to be playing a little bit more tentatively now. It's the business end of the match. Both players have accumulated 3 points, a race to 7. So those fancy things that you might have been trying before, you're going to reconsider them because the complexion of the match has changed. A comfortable lead has such a big difference on the shot choices that you make.
And also the confidence tends to shift. Like now, if you have a look at the way 𝗵𝗃 Huba is walking around the
Exactly.
table, there's a different,
very different 𝗵𝗃
vibe. Yeah,
very different 𝗵𝗃. He was looking a little bit defeated at 3-1. So yeah,
at 4-1 it would have been over.
Yeah,
it would have been done. He was not in a good space. Things were not going his way, and 4-1 down with time running.
And now he's got a little bit of swag and putting some points
back
on the scoreboard, whether they're gifted to you or not. That's going to put some what do you say, skip in your step.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice.
This is beautiful.
Now
Have a
we're
look
seeing
at
a
this.
different. Now
Have a
we're
look at
seeing the
this.
first frame Kenta. Now we're seeing first frame Kenta. Kenta took the first point in this match, ladies and gentlemen, and we didn't see him for a bit. He's managed to find his mojo now.
Needs to pot this 3, and it's there, and he's on the black ball. Wow.
Not what I expected.
This is a reverse run out, yeah. Off his opponent's break.
Kenta
Top
Huba.
class, yeah, top class from 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Good finish there from him. Just under 35 minutes left on the clock in this race to 7. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 leads 4-3. What is going on now? Uncharacteristic miss there from Uganbat.
And just over 30 minutes remaining. And you know what? Just 2 frames earlier, he was not potting those balls.
Exactly.
We were just talking about how difficult it is to use the wrist and pot those balls, and his touch wasn't there. Too close to call a winner in this match, right?
Very, very, very close.
At 3-1 up, I was sure 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 was going to go all the way.
Me too.
He was flying. It was looking good for him. Oh,
wow.
He's coming back.
Ooh, interesting. I'd love to see what he's going to do here.
These players manufacture confidence. The previous shot, that was a shot to get your confidence back. That could have worked out slightly better for him. Nice shot to open up those stripes. Has the 9 available, but not deciding to take the 9 at the bottom left. Oh, look at this. Wow. What is going on?
Yeah.
What is going
Somebody's
on?
found their mojo. Somebody's definitely found their mojo.
What has happened here?
This is almost like two different players
Yes.
in one match. He looks so focused, so resolute in what he wants to achieve.
Not the best white ball, though. He'll be bridging over the 7 to take on the 13 to the center.
Was he going for the double?
So opting for the 11 instead.
Safe.
Good cue ball, yeah, good cue ball as well.
I think he's left Uganbat with more or less a straight shot on the 2 ball for the corner pocket. Marcel asks, are you sure this is the losers bracket? That's exactly the question I asked about 3 frames ago. Especially after seeing what Uganbat is capable of. Didn't look like he belonged here. And my voice is doing some funny things all of a sudden, Raymond.
So Marcel says that if time permits, he'd love to see a heel frame. That would, that would be good.
I mean, a good way to end the first day of matches here at the Juniors.
Love to see that.
World Championship. And, the way the complexion of this match has changed from the beginning, first frame, 𝗵𝗺 Huba cementing himself as a worthy contender in that first frame, then pretty much benched for the next 3 frames after that, with Uganbat taking a 3-1 lead, and then 𝗵𝗺 getting a freebie from Uganbat, where he pot the black and the cue ball, and then a convincing win from him on the next frame to equalize in this match. We saw him take the lead 4-3 over Uganbat, and in the last frame, Uganbat managing to equalize once again. So yeah, I think now that we're able to see what 𝗵𝗺 Huba is capable of on the table, and what has happened here. What did we miss? What did we miss?
So just over 20 minutes left on the clock now. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful. Uganbat, did I mention that he's 12 years old?
One of the best potters at this tournament. Definitely, from what I've seen, especially when he cues through the cue ball. Eased up on the stroke with that one, but when he's in full flow, one of the best.
Yeah, I think, absolutely, Raymond. I have to concur with you. Today alone, I would have to say my favorite cueist that I've seen today on the TV table. I mean, and you've said it before, at 3-1, we didn't think 𝗵𝗺 Huba was going to make any sort of comeback here. He was looking defeated, and just like that, everything changed. And I think now we see as well that 𝗵𝗺 is actually a very talented player himself, given the room to express himself.
Yeah, and like Marcel and you said earlier, how is this the losers bracket? Doesn't seem like the losers bracket at all. Oh, the 7 ball now very important. Yeah, it kicked slightly thick there on that one. Not the best of contact.
Very important frame, this one. We've got just 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, just around 20 minutes left in this match. Look, both players have been playing at a decent pace, I must say. So even with 15 minutes left on the clock, I expect something remarkable to happen.
He wanted that off the 3. He was playing for the
oof.
kiss on the 3 ball. Yeah, now he's left this open. Yeah,
he's in trouble.
If 𝗵𝗺 can take the 3 and get high side of the 2 ball, so he has an angle to bring the cue ball back down for the 7. This is all about the position he leaves himself on the 2. Yes.
He's done it.
Yes.
He's done it. He's
Look
given
at
himself
that.
such a good angle.
There we go. Natural angle, going to get a slight bounce.
That's kind of perfect, Raymond. That's kind of perfect. I see him coming off the cushion there. Cue ball, black ball for the corner right pocket of the shot. Oh, actually, he's going to play it for this. Yeah. Oh, a little bit ran too much.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit pacey on that one.
I mean, I thought he might even try to play it for the same pocket, but when I saw him take the shot, it looked like that angle was a bit too big. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Wide.
And it's open.
Wide. All down to Uganbat now. Not an easy table. Not an easy table. Look, you probably want to go for that 13 first though, Raymond. Or he's going to come, oh, he's feeling confident. He's feeling confident. Oh, he's just taken the pocket. Ah, but still, that's not a good enough shot there. Not with Heyball rules being what it is.
Yeah, Kenta's going to play this black ball onto the 14 and try and leave the cue ball. Even if he leaves it onto the side cushion, the chances are not high.
Probability.
The probability, yeah, it's not high. Look, your opponent can pull one out of the hat and pot their ball, but it all depends on this cue ball. It needs to be close to a cushion. Or, yeah, okay, that's not bad.
He's going to have to bridge over that.
Bridging over the black ball, also a really good idea as well.
Yeah. Well considered there from Kenta. I think that was more or less the best he could have done given the situation on the table.
Definitely, yeah.
Uganbat.
Now, what do? You smash this. Where do you smash it to? Top left. Yeah, you hammer this in top left.
Oof. I almost don't want to look, Raymond. Oof,
oh, my word.
Oof.
That was close.
Close.
That was very close.
That was close, guys. That was so close. Are you entertained? Uganbat almost taking pole position again in this match, but Kenta, well-deserved point once again for him. I mean, you've got to give it to Kenta, except for that one point where Uganbat gifted him the frame, swimming in off on the black in that frame. Kenta has done well. He's done well to equalize and dominate in the second half of this match. Just over 15 minutes remaining, guys. Just over 15 minutes remaining. Score 5-4 for Kenta Huba.
Do you think we are seeing such an exciting match with the change of, what can I say, the change of players and their behavior in this match, because it's a loser's bracket match, a lot on the line. Loser goes home.
Yes, but I think it was that one point that made all the difference.
The
4-1.
Yeah, the 4-1 made all the difference.
Where Uganbat could have potentially gone 4-1 up, and it became 3-2, and from there it's been downhill for him.
Yeah.
Playing really well, but Kenta securing the point.
Yeah, definitely. Marcel calls 5-5, then penalty shootout. Let's see. About 15 minutes left.
Yeah, definitely
on the
possible. Clock. Definitely possible, Marcel.
Pretty much comes down to this frame.
Oof.
Yeah, he was getting those earlier.
He certainly was. Well, he's managed to tie up the one with that, like, say, lucky miss.
What a shot that is.
Yeah, I don't know how intentional that was, but it looked very good.
Looked very intentional. It's interesting.
now Uganbat knows how important this frame is. He can equalize. He fancies his chances in a penalty shootout. If it came down to it, he knows he's got the banker with the one being where it is. So he's going to wait. I think he's going to wait.
Based on sheer raw talent and potting ability, I'd have to say Uganbat's also, I think, my slight favorite for the penalty shootout, just based on what I've seen in this match thus far from both players. The raw potting ability. Putting some distance between cue ball and object balls.
He's biding his time, Raymond.
Yeah, we haven't seen him play many safeties in this match.
Very attacking player. I think we were 5 frames in at 35 minutes into the match.
Let's have a look at this. Requires good cueing. It's there, but it's okay. Can get it if the cue ball is on this side of the table, extreme bottom of the table.
Oh, is he going to try and run into the one of this shot? Okay.
Oh.
Almost
Wow.
lucky there.
Look, he fancies himself.
Yeah.
As you can see, playing that shot, releasing the one this early, he fancies himself. Good favorite for this frame. Not happy.
Not happy.
Not happy. Oh.
Oof, oof,
And
oof,
it's in.
oof, oof.
It's in, but let me tell you something. If that had gone in clean, that would have changed the game again.
Yes.
Because that is one of the toughest shots on the table.
$13 for the 11. He'll stop that white ball on the 3, Raymond. Hey, do you see that?
Looks like it might.
Or just pass?
To me, it might glance it. Yeah, looks like it might catch it half ball. Yeah, glance. Half ball.
Ooh.
The pace.
Yes,
The
let's
pace.
see. Did he get lucky there? Did he get lucky there? Is there a gap between that 13 and the cushion?
No, not on this side. 2 ball can't go. Not from our angle.
But 𝗵𝗺𝘄 also got that safety game, and we know that he can move between that safety game and his A game. So, very nerve-wracking this match. Hey guys, really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, this
just
is
10 minutes or just over 10 minutes left on the clock. Both players know what's online.
Excellent match.
Yeah,
to
really
end the
great,
day.
really great match to end the day with. Hey, that's
Oh,
a good pot.
look at that.
That's a really good recovery pot there from 𝗵𝗺𝘄.
Is he going to take 5 into 13? Yes. 5 into 13, try and get the cue ball safe.
Oh.
No.
I actually thought he might play the
no.
5 down to the corner pocket where the 11 is. Why did he do that? What was the thinking behind that? Because you saw that shot as well. What was the advantage of doing that?
I just saw his the way he positioned his body. I could see already he's playing 5 into 13. Look, the safety it's a good safety, as you could see, if the 13 fell. But the only issue...
Look at this. Look
Yeah.
at this. He's gifted this table.
Yeah, he has.
He gifted the table.
Oh,
to
no, it doesn't go. It doesn't go.
Oh.
It doesn't go.
Oh.
It doesn't go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So much of back and forth in this frame. And I think this is the only frame where we've seen this kind of battle so
Yeah,
far.
we've seen some one-sided matches. so far on the first day.
Uh-oh, didn't get what he wanted there. And I do believe, Marcel, I think you're going to get what you asked for.
So around 10 minutes or so left.
Yeah, I mean, that's enough for the
Yes.
player to take the lead. And who breaks next? I think it's Uganbat to break.
Oh, and it's there.
5-5.
5-5. So
Are you
good call,
entertained?
Marcel.
Are you entertained, people? Are you entertained?
5-5. We will hear the referee call 5 minutes remaining. So we'll just look out for that.
9 minutes left.
Hey, Raymond. Wow. Wow. 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗹𝗹, we just said just under 10 minutes remaining on the clock for this match. If the players are still tied at time, at completed time, they will go into penalty shootout, which is 5 visits each, and then sudden death.
Oh, we've seen massive breaks from N. Another one. Look at the power generated in that break. But it looks dry to me.
Do you think Uganbat would be available to coach me, Raymond? Language might be a barrier, though. Hey, that's the only thing. Yeah.
Before he gets to you, he'll need to coach Sam Zhang. Sam Zhang needs it more than anyone.
Chance. 5-5, just over 7 minutes on the clock. According to our counting, it could be something else, but just listen out for the ref. The ref will give them a 5-minute warning.
Now we're going to see who wants to win the match or who wants to play penalties. We'll see who goes full force attack.
Yes.
Yeah. Because by going full force attack, you're also leaving the table open to your opponent.
Exactly. You have to be so clever.
Yeah.
You have to be so clever in the situation. I mean, we've played formats in
7.
South Africa where
go.
we actually play for the penalties, you know, but it depends on the context.
That was a fantastic shot.
Wow.
Fantastic shot to release the 7. On the 4 takes him up the cue ball. Yeah, it takes the cue ball naturally up table.
6 minutes on the clock, according to me.
This cue ball needs to hold up. It needs to hold up.
Oh, Uganbat.
One good shot.
Did I mention that he's 12 years old, guys?
Needs a good shot. Good cueing required.
Oh,
Straight
wow.
in the center
Raymond,
of the
look
pocket.
at this.
Wow.
Okay, so now he's got to find the black. The black passes to the... Yeah. Okay, here's the shot, guys. Here's the money shot. Here is the money shot. Uganbat for the black to the corner left pocket.
Not enough.
Not enough.
But the black ball is slightly above the 10, so he will be making contact with the black ball first. And he feels it goes. No, too thick. Too thick.
Oh my. Okay, but look what he's done with the white ball. I think there was a bit of element of safety play there from him, which I'm surprised about. I expect him to go attacking Uganbat and go for that pot, commit to the pot.
Yeah.
But there was definitely an element of safety play there. Kenta with a chance, and he's got to do the most. I feel a safety play coming on here. Uh-oh.
Where's the cue ball?
Uh-oh.
Where's the cue? Oh my word.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Guys, so much drama. So much drama in this match. Can you believe that? Kenta had a good chance there to stay in this frame. So unlucky. Small little miscalculation from him. It's potentially cost him the match. And I think there's just 4 minutes left on the clock here. Whew. And Uganbat taking his whole his whole 45 seconds to play the shot. Uh-oh. What's going on? Is this all? What is this? What is this? Is this acting? Uganbat with his
6th point. 6-5 into the lead, and there can't be much time left on the clock.
Yeah, not much time on the clock, but definitely something that can be done. I mean, I've seen players clear a table in 2 minutes even, so definitely can be done if Kenta just manages to bring that form that we've seen in the second half of the match. If he manages to break in first, most importantly.
Yeah, has to put a ball on this break. It is his break.
Yeah, I think 3 to 4 minutes left.
This has been unbelievable, really. Does he get a ball in?
Doesn't look like it.
No, it's dry.
Does not look like it. Yeah, Teresa Gordon, we are also very happy for this match.
We thank the players. They've given us a really great game. Kenta's at the table. How many minutes? He must know how many minutes are left. It must be 2 or 3 maximum.
I think he just needs to get some rhythm here.
He needs to run.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And just like that, the tide changed.
Yeah, and he's gonna put a few balls now and stay on the table.
Yeah, Teresa Gordon, back to what you were saying. I think this is a fantastic way to round up the first day of matches here at the 2025 WPA Heyball U19 World Championship. Brought to you by 𝗗𝗿𝗄𝗃 and 𝗵𝗵𝗺. Yeah, guys. What a great day. And I think, we're in for treats tomorrow. And we often see this in the double elimination tournaments with the upsets that happen. Sometimes that losers bracket is so much more exciting than the winners bracket. So, yeah, make sure you join us same time tomorrow for 5 sessions coming up. I think it kicks off 8 p.m. Australian time, GMT plus 10.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Australian time, yeah.
10 a.m. Australian time. Did the ref call any time yet?
Yeah, I believe the ref has called 5 or so minutes already.
Yeah, I mean, I think Uganbat also doing really well to not underestimate his opponent. He's keeping him quite tight in this frame as well, even though the time is against Kenta. But I mean, that just is testament. Oh, wow. Wow.
Now he's starting to move faster.
Wow. That was a great shot to open up the game for him.
Marcel calls 6-6, then penalties. Now he's moving. He's moving now.
Hey. Wow.
This needs to go though. This has to go. And it's there. And he's pushed it closer to the center. There's a chance.
There's a chance. Are you entertained, people? Yeah, he needs to just come up. Natural angle.
I think I heard 10 seconds.
Oh gosh, he's got to make the combination here. Is he ambidextrous? Looks like he swapped hands.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It looked hopeful there for a penalty shootout just a second ago. Really looked hopeful. Okay.
And that's a time's up.
Oh, that was
That
well.
was one of the best matches we have had on the TV table. Excellent,
Yes.
excellent match from both these young
From
men.
both of them,
Yeah.
absolutely, Raymond. Yeah, Uganbat still in it with one life in the losers bracket. And that's the end of the tournament for 𝗵𝗵𝗆. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a pleasure keeping you company, and be sure to join us again 10 a.m. Australian time tomorrow. I'm 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃 signing out. Over to you, Raymond.
Thank you so much, 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃. That was a pleasure having you here, and thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, that was a brilliant match. Nice match to end the day with. And join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. local time here in Gold Coast, Australia. That is GMT plus 10. I'm Raymond Tilak. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, guys.